Ghana's #1 radio station. Yes, my name is Kwame Dadzie, and today I'm having an exclusive interview with Mark Anthony Myrie, probably known in the music industry as Buju Banton. Yes, sir.
Yes, my brother. How are you? It's a pleasure
We are all doing so great. Ghana is so privileged to have you today on the #1 radio station right here in Ghana, and we are happy to be speaking to you about the 25th anniversary of Till Shiloh.
Yes, my brother. I want to say enough respect goes out to the Ghanaian family, and I want to wish everyone well. The family of the past president also, Mr. Rollins, want to wish his family well. You know, Ghana go through a whole heap of things right now and a whole heap of transition. I want to big respect and big up my family over there. You know what I mean? Make sure I give them their respect. But the 25th anniversary of Till Shiloh is rather epic. Yes, and it displays the culmination of 25 years work, which proves and stand up to the test of time, undeniably so. And I'm just happy and proud that I was able to tap into my creative consciousness to create such a body of work that can still represent itself to this time.
Nice one. Nice one. When you come to Ghana, right here in Ghana, since the release of Till Shiloh till now, it's become one of the greatest reggae albums that music lovers love to jam to. Talk about Not an Easy Road, Medra, and all the great songs on that particular album. Now, taking us through down memory lane, 25 years since this great album, what fondest memories can you share with us since you released this album?
There are numerous memories, and I have to drag my mind 25 years back in the past to create or to recreate some of them, but there are some that stood out immensely. The creative process, working with numerous producers like Bobby Digital and Steely and Clevie, who are no longer with us, may God bless them. Those were memorable moments that I'll forever treasure. Working with Dave Kelly on Wanna Be Loved was also an epic. But what stood out for me monumentally was Till Shiloh. Until Shiloh, I produced my very first song. And if you look at the record, you see a song called It's Not an Easy Road, which was produced by...
that is my personal favorite. That is my personal...
Yes, that was my contribution from an artistic and a creative musical perspective as a producer to this record, and it was my first full production. I mean, I used to do stuff for other people, but I never did it for myself. I always allowed myself to be the tool of the producer. So when I made this song, I realized, wow, it's great. So it was that was one of the moments that continued the story, because the pushback I received from prominent people who wanted me to actually sing this song on their label was not nice. But when I did it on my label, the pushback was immense. So I stood my ground and I went forward to show them, hey, this is my truth. And I stood on my square. So that was one of the memorable moments, among many others. Yeah, it's not an easy road, brother.
Now, let me ask you, now, when you take that particular Till Shiloh album, there are other great songs like Medra on there. What was the inspiration behind Medra, for example?
Medra was a song penned while I was on tour in Japan. I was in a province called Takamatsu. And I finished the concert and we came back to the hotel. I was sat in the hallway. It was me, anyone, and Frankie Sly. We were in Asia, and I was on tour. And when we called Jamaica, we heard that Panic was killed. Now, Panic was a good friend of ours and a real Mohican for the dancehall, because what's happening now in the dancehall is not what it used to be. It has become rather well refined and rather ultra polished. Panic was one of the unpolished individuals that represent the true essence of what dancehall means, you know. Anyway, it was gone down, and I was all the way in Asia, and I sat in the hallway of the hotel, and I was just inspired. And I started writing Murder at the Blood is on Your Shoulder. And I came to Jamaica like 3 months later. I went to Marvel, the community where Pan reside, and there was a song playing by the name of Black Scorpio, owned by Jack Scorpio. And I took the microphone, you know, and big respect to the massive and big respect to all the crew. And
yeah, man.
I drive for the Far East rhythm, and when I put it on the Far East rhythm, it's dear gunshot start fire. So we know right there and then that this song would touch a nerve. You know? So that was the inspiration, the death of Panic. inspired that great song. And it have countless others too, because it also create some semblance of peace where the gun violence was concerned in Jamaica, because every man started to do an introspection. So for some time we had calm and tranquility, and that looms over the island, and we were able to create music and spiritual attributes and music to uplift the whole nation. Yeah, but it all spawned from that tragic incident. So out of the wickedness come good,
Yeah, man. Now let's talk about why we are celebrating 25 years of Till Shiloh. Now we know that you have great albums, you have other great albums, and even
we know that the link is one. So we have to expose these rules and make people know that even though we are marooned on an island, I cannot give up my continent. Because there are songs on it that in one and everyone. Well,
ever released.
Two things. I'm not that egotistical, and next thing is my best is yet to come. I continue working. I would say Till Shiloh was given some of the most astounding level of promotion that any of my previous records has ever received. But besides the one Upside Down, which is my most recent work.
Yeah.
You understand? So given that volume of promotion and that volume of attention that it received, it went far across the globe and attract many people because the musical content itself was rather potent. But nevertheless, I don't see myself as limiting myself and saying that was my best work ever. Because we are black people and we cannot put label on us, and we cannot put label on ourselves. You understand? The greatness still lives. As long as you walk the face of the earth, you do not stand on it, you stand on our faith. So all things are possible. We don't make music for earthly accolades and for man to say this is his best. I want, more importantly, for ones to learn and grasp the fundamental of what is being transmitted to them through the music. This is the great healer, the teacher, the great restorative force. So if we get caught up into what the Babylon system wants to caught up in, then we start finding ourselves killing music. Then we say this is old or this dead. We must never lose those idioms when we're discussing music, because music alone shall live, and it's going to teach them all a lesson. So I don't believe in saying this is my best work or my better work. I keep working for the people as a servant.
Great. You talked about the Upside Down 2020 album, which has already earned some nomination in the Grammys. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's a huge accomplishment whenever your music and your work is looked upon, or your body of work is perceived by any society, whatever society it is. But nevertheless, I do not work for men's earthly reward. I never did, because the same mouth that says yea is the same mouth that says yea. My thing supersede all award that man have to offer. I work for a heavenly award, not men's award, because men are men's, yes,
Wow. I don't know if you've observed the current wave of dancehall and reggae blowing all over the world, including West Africa, for example. If you have, what do you make of this new wave of reggae dancehall vibe all over the continent of Africa?
It is a beautiful thing. Let me tell you something. I remember when I came to Ghana, I had a hard time explaining to my brothers over there dancehall. There was Kofi on the radio, and there was a couple more guys who understood the dancehall essence. And because guys used to coming from London, New York, and so forth. But the vast population had no concept of what dancehall really was about. Now, we have come forward in 2000, and we have seen a great merge took place where our brothers created a dancehall genre, idealistic only to themselves, secular only to themselves, but using the very African essence that we brought across the ocean. And this is our link. This is our bridge now. But I don't see the bridge building. I only see divides. This is supposed to be the great connector. You have now come into your expressive self in an idiom which the world and even us in the Caribbean, and we are now speaking the same language, using different instrumentation, but we are now connecting at the same wavelength. But we are not fully connecting because we are failing in the connection as human beings, as artists. Yeah, I want my brother to know this. I don't want the African artists who are now coming to dance to make the same mistake. And they're going to say, what mistake is Buju talking about? This music was originally designed and come around to teach those who was not in the know. To help those to see a different view of things, not only in dancing and singing and promulgating sex, because there are positive attributes to dance. Do not let it get to you. And do not let it fool you into thinking that you can disrespect the people who made you into the so-called superstar that you think you are. Because there's no such thing. We're just musicians who are blessed. And it is written in the Bible, singers and players of instruments went before. It never says superstars. Those are coin words by the system for brainwashing, because a man is just a man. So when we realize these things now, we move in one accord and make sure the music help with people. We don't show off on our people because it's going to bring us to utter ruin and disgrace. We become someone touchable to our people, someone lovable for the people, someone reachable, someone they can come to, talk to. And, you know what I mean? Because every man thinks his burden is theirs. But you don't know what the other person going through. So you don't take the music that God has blessed you to become a weapon over the people, to act as if you are high and mighty over them. That is my message to my brothers over there. And let us have unity. I see no reason why you in Ghana, my brothers in Nigeria, some in Sierra Leone, why we cannot come together and create our own African fest. We no longer need a middleman who is white to make the thing right.
Some people have criticized the dancehall, reggae dancehall musicians we have right here in Ghana for fusing local African rhythms into reggae dancehall music. For example, if you talk about Shattawale, StoneBwoy, Samini, the Jupiters and the rest who try to fuse local African rhythms.
What is new under the face of the sun? My brothers have fused the African heritage with their last brothers over here in the Western world, with what they have found and created to keep themselves occupied, where we are disconnected from our language, our culture, our food, our people. What is strange about that? That is not nothing new, and they have not done anything wrong. The world go on because of innovation and creativity that flows just like the breeze that blows. The world go on and people are inspired. So should we keep our head in a box and be not inspired because that's the way others want us to be? Then we shall always be the person who our headmasters in Europe and Americas and all these countries, want us to be. We have to become free thinkers, and that is what the world fear. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see them as everybody come and take from reggae. Did they complain when the Americans and all those nice white boys with them long hair sing reggae music? Nobody no complain. No one complain. So why should you complain if my brothers who look like me take up the music? Right. It shouldn't be a complaint, but this is how we are. We have been trained to hate each other's progress, and in fact, that's what we are. Enemies of progress.
Now let me ask you. You've been away for about 8 years. Would you want to share with us?
I wasn't away. Speak the truth.
Okay, so you were in prison actually for 8 years. Could you share with us the experience that you went through and the life-changing lessons that you learned through that particular incident?
Life-changing lessons that the world is run by wicked and bloody and deceitful men who's willing to destroy you and create a narrative that they push through their mainstream media to focus up. No, let me tell you this. It doesn't matter where you come from. They put Jesus Christ in jail too. They put most of the great men them in jail. Some of them shoot them out of the sky, out of them jet. Some of them destroy them through pies. Some of them send assassins and kill them. Nothing is strange. We're not asking anybody for their sympathy, because we are revolutionary and we know the struggle. It is you who need to wake up and realize the struggle is real and most of what you're hearing is fake. So that's the most important lesson you need to learn. Because they've seen what I have made out of, Now they're coming for you.
We right here in Ghana can't wait to actually have a feel of the LP for the Till Shiloh album, if you like, the 25th anniversary.